Hey guys, it's Craig Dweller, back in the whites. Yahoo! It's been a while. The last time I was up here was in February, and did a winter overnighter up by, summited Mount Pierce in a snowstorm. So yeah, it's the first chance I've gotten to come back up in here. Yeah, so I'm excited. What I'm going to do today and tonight, hopefully, is do Owl's Head Mountain. It's one of the New Hampshire 48, the 4,000 footers on the list of New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers, and it's one I've been kind of not dreading, but not really looking forward to, in the sense that there's no views on the summit apparently, and yeah, so I've been kind of not super really looking forward to it, but we'll make the best of it, and I'll camp out somewhere tonight, probably stealthily somewhere. I'm not really sure. That's all part of the fun, right? I just crossed. I'm parked at the Lincoln Woods Trailhead, and there's the bridge coming over to the other side of the Pemigewasset River. I've been on this trail so many times, and it's more or less like an abandoned railroad track, and for the first, I think, 4 or 5 miles, it's just flat, uneventful, and then you get into the woods on the Lincoln Brook Trail, and at least it'll be in the trees somewhat. So yeah, there's a better shot of the footbridge coming over the Pemigewasset River. And like I said, I think it shows on this plaque. It used to be it's a huge logging area back in the day. You can see the old train. Yeah. So, here we go. Again, Owl's Head. Another reason I decided to do it right now in the middle of summer is the water levels are really low right now, and apparently there's several water crossings on this trail going up to Owl's Head. So hopefully I can do a bunch of rock hopping and make the best of it. Then again, if I get wet, it's no big deal. It's like 80 degrees out, so it'll probably feel good. Oh, that's encouraging. I always hang my food. I usually find it effective. I don't know. Apparently not in this area. Oh well. So the river's really low, obviously. I've never seen it this low. Nice. So I'm at the junction of Sunshine, apparently. The Osseo Trail. That's the way you'd go. The way I went to, like, if you're doing the Pemi Loop, left to right. Up over Franconia Notch. I don't know if you can see that in the sun. Probably not. That stream usually higher than that, but it's the middle of July. Things are going to be a little dry. We haven't had much rain up here at all. I remember coming back from doing the Pemi Loop. I went in that way, and a few days later I came out this way, and I vowed I would never set foot on this trail again, because at the end of a long hike, it's kind of a drag walking that far on just flat. I just couldn't wait to get back to the trailhead. But here I am. continuing on the, now I'm on the Franconia Brook Trail. And I'm on this for about 1.5 miles. And then I'll be turning onto the Lincoln Brook Trail, taking a left on Lincoln Brook Trail. Red squirrel. Yeah. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to try to summit Owl's Head today or maybe just camp somewhere and do it first thing in the morning when it's cooler. I'm thinking of doing that, but I'm not really sure. It's not a bad problem to have. I've been drinking a lot of water, stay hydrated. That's good. It's always good. Luckily, there's plenty of water so far. All right, so it's 12:15 and it's really hot out. And now I'm at the junction of Franconia Brook Trail, which keeps going that way, and Lincoln Brook Trail, that's the one I want. It's gonna head up to Owl's Head. So we'll see how I do and take it from there. I'll probably find some place to camp. And like I said earlier, maybe summit Owl's Head in the morning when it's nice and cool, you know what I mean? This little pond or mosquito breeding facility. Just a little bog right off the trail. Yeah, I can't stand here long. The minute I stop, the bugs are swarming. It's nice to be on an actual trail again though, instead of that old railroad bed. Alright, here's one of, I believe, 4 stream crossings. I think this is it's the first one here, but I think there's 4 total. I'd like to give a shout out to a channel if I could. The channel, the name of it is Chris Goes Outdoors. Really cool dude. He does a whole bunch of videos up here in the Whites. And I think I'm pretty sure he successfully did the AT, or completed the Appalachian Trail. I want to say a couple years ago, maybe 3. I'm not really sure. Sorry, Chris. But yeah, he does a lot of great videos up here in the Whites. Really fascinating, fun to watch. And actually, he gave me by watching his video recently of this very hike, he gave me the heads up on these stream crossings. So that's another reason why I wanted to come up this time of year when it's fairly low. The water, that is, and do it that way. But yeah, Chris Goes Outdoors, good channel, check it out. All right, second water crossing. Doesn't look like it'll be too bad. I'm gonna jump right over here, over there. The trail's over there. So this is pretty typical of the White Mountains as far as grade. A lot of roots, a lot of rocks, very steep, very steep. And this trail is considered moderate. Whoa, as I almost fall. So this is considered moderate. But yeah, some wet spots, steep, rocks, river down there. So the one thing about this versus when I went out to the Sierras, we're in northern Yosemite in the Hoover Wilderness for 7 days. We did like 74 miles, JJ and I. And with the switchbacks out there, I actually found it easier, even though we're at elevation. We're hovering around 8,000 or 9,000 feet most of the week, but There's no switchbacks out here. They just don't do them out here. It's just too rocky. And rooty, I guess, I don't know. But yeah. So I find it much more difficult to hike here personally than I did. Again, I was only out in the Sierras one time, and I found it easier to hike out there, to be honest with you. But everybody's different, right? I'm gonna find a camp spot near this river for sure and go swimming later. Look at that hole right there. Is that the prettiest thing you've ever seen in your life? Looks like it's about 10 feet deep. First time I've sat down all day since 9:30. It's 2 o'clock. Getting tired. First hike of the year. It's already July. I haven't backpacked yet, so it's the first time. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. I don't know. Feel good. It's hot as hell though. Soaking wet. Can't wait to go swimming. Feels good to sit down for a few minutes though. Eat a snack. So here's the fourth and I believe final water crossing before we get to the cairns on the right that indicates that that's the spur up to the summit. I didn't film the third crossing. There really wasn't much to it. It was probably a little easier than this one's going to be, I think. Watch, I'll fall in now. But anyway, so I'm going to start keeping my eyes open for a campsite. It's still early. It's 2:20, but I don't have it in me to do the summit today. I'm absolutely exhausted. I just want to go swimming and eat something. So we'll see. Sucks getting old, man. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous day. A little breeze, not bad. It is hot, but it's July. What do you want, right? And then I'll get up tomorrow early and summit Owl's Head and head on back. So I believe this is it. I believe that's the cairn to go up to the summit of Owl's Head, or at least to indicate the trail to go up. It's 3 o'clock. I've been scouting around looking for campsites, and I found a real nice one right over there, right over that hill. Yeah, it's right next to the water. Well, pretty close to the river, so that'd be good. I think I'm gonna do that. Go swim and eat some food and just chill out, and then hit this first thing in the morning when it's not 87 degrees and humid. All right, got camp set up. Nestled in this little pine forest. Going with the Lunar Solo. Brought a luxury item. I brought the chair. It's 2 pounds I was willing to carry in this case. Man, does that feel good sitting in there. Real nice. My pack. The ULA Ohm 2.0. Love this pack. Does me good. Does me good. So I'm right at the base of Owl's Head. It's right up over this knoll. It's a cairn that goes virtually straight up. So I'm too tired today, like I said, to try to do it today. So I'm just gonna relax, go down, take a swim. The river's, you can probably hear it. It's right over this little berm right here, down about 10 feet. Easy to get to. I'm gonna go down there and take a bath. It's all sweaty. Come back, cook some food. Yeah, like I said, I'm going with the 6 Moon Designs Lunar Solo. Not using a sleeping bag. I'm using a my hammock gear 20-degree top quilt. I can always just throw it off me if I get hot, which I probably will, and just vent. See the Summit pillow as always. Love this tent. Plenty of room in here. You'd probably be surprised to see I'm not using the Big Agnes Q-Core. This thing, I saw it online. I saw a lot of reviews on it. It's made by a company called, let me see here, Wellix. It's a Chinese company, but it's 2.5 inches thick. It blows up super easy. It was only 30 bucks, and it's remarkably comfortable. It's got an R value, unlike the Q-Core is like 4.5, 4.8. This has got an R value of like, I think 1.8 or 2 maybe. But it's super light. It's only 14 ounces, full length. I was skeptical that I could sleep on it, but I've slept on it 4 or 5 nights now, and it's working out really good. It's a good summer pad. Packs up super small too. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm rolling today. I'm gonna set this up so mosquitoes don't get in there. And oh yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to show you. Well, I got the tent nestled in right here, obviously, between these blowdowns. I want to show you this. This was one of the goodies gifted to me by John Monk 66. Let me show you. Not the t-shirt, but this blue bag. I think I showed it in the unboxing. Well, I know I did. But it's got a zipper here, and it's foil lined inside. And I've got a piece of, well, it's a boneless pork chop that I froze, and I put in here at 10 after 5 this morning. And it's, well, 10:04. And it's still pretty firm. It's icy cold. I put my hand in and looked at it before. It's just hard to unzip this with one hand, but that's cool. So I'm gonna grill that thing up for dinner with some potatoes and gravy. Yahoo! I'm gonna cook it up in a pan. But yeah, this thing's cool, John. It's kept, like I said, it's kept that boneless pork chop. It's still rock hard. So that's impressive and handy. I'm stoked. All right, enough rambling. I'm gonna go down. Like I said, get in the water. Can't wait. And dry off. Come up and I'll probably cook down by the river too. All right, out. This is a really cool little pan that John Monk gave me. It's titanium. And that's a boneless pork chop with the Trangia. Dinner with a view, right? My camp's right up over this little banking here, right up on there, about 30 feet away. I laid in this pool for about almost an hour. Water's ice cold. I was aching. Had to get out. Oh, look at that little guy. Really, dude? Holy shit. He's hungry. I don't know if you can hear me with the stream behind me. Everybody's seen these on YouTube. The BRS titanium stove, super small. I have a pocket rocket. I have a Optimus Crux canister stove. I just had to try one of these. I bought one from my buddy JJ as well. They're like 14 bucks on Amazon. They're from China, like a lot of things. But I've used it a bunch of times now. It's insane. It works awesome. I don't know how long it'll last, but for 14 bucks, whatever. Right? There's a 1,001 videos on these on YouTube, so I'm not going to do a video. I just want to show you. I haven't had any problems with it at all. There you go. Oh yeah, the BRS, it weighs, for all those people that count grams and stuff, 0.2 ounces. That's right. It smells so good. Well, that didn't take long. This is good. So it's a boneless pork chop, instant mashed potatoes, and brown gravy. Pretty tasty. Thanks for the bowl, John. And a knife. Alright, I'm gonna chow this down. I'm starving. And clean up my dishes and kick back for a while. I don't know if you can see my bear bag. It's over the other side. There it is. I know it doesn't look 10 feet off the ground, but it's probably more like 14 off the edge of the where it drops off, and it's a good 4 feet under the limb. I don't know. It's better than nothing. Beautiful evening. Just beautiful. I did have to put a little DEET on. Mosquitoes were chowing on me while I was down here by the water. Not so bad over by where I'm camped. Yeah. Let's see. 10 of 6. Probably hitting the hay pretty early tonight. I'm exhausted. See you in a bit. Show you where my camp is in relation to right here. There it is. Nice little spot. Nice. Through night. GH10. It's heavy as heck, but I like it. I like the fact that it's just so bright. And waterproof. I've dropped it a bunch of times. Got mud all over it. So far so good. So I guess I don't make the the Lunar Solo LE with the gray. When I bought this, the only difference between it and the regular Lunar Solo, other than the fact that that one's green and this is gray, is the floor on this one is just made out of a heavier fabric. That's all. Everything else is the same. But I think they've and I got that just because I'm kind of rough on stuff, and even though I use Tyvek under it for punctures, to prevent punctures, yeah, I just went ahead and got the little heavier fabric. I don't remember what denier it is, but so far so good. Love that tent. Probably if it ever wears out or whatever, although I don't see that happening anytime soon, I might look into the new one, or the only one now. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they discontinued this. Anyway, yeah, I think you can still find them on eBay maybe or something. It's just a versatile, tarp tent. Condensation sometimes is an issue, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. At least for me, anyway. There's been times I've had no condensation. Other times there is, but I think a lot depends on the weather, obviously. So yeah. Good morning. 6 a.m. Just filtered some water. Made coffee. This is my second batch. Second batch of coffee. Getting ready to go up Owl's Head. Nice and cool. It got down. I don't know what the temperature is, but Yeah, it's pretty chilly. It always gets chilly up here in the Whites at night. I'm glad I brought this. This is a synthetic top, long sleeve, that really helps out. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pump down that second cup of coffee, mixing it with hot chocolate. I like doing that. It's kind of like mocha. And yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is pack up water, some snacks, or actually all my food. I don't want to leave my food here. I'm gonna pack up water, my food, probably my overquilt. I just don't want it. I don't think anybody would find this camp, but I just can't afford to have somebody steal my quilt. And everything else I'm just going to leave in the tent and zip it up. And then summit without all that other gear, just my quilt and water and food. Be a lot lighter. Well, quite a bit lighter. Just make it easier. And then when I get back down, I'll pack everything up and head on down the trail. Alright. Let's see. 6:45. Just about to hit the trail. There's a setup. Hopefully it'll be there when I get back. Wicked steep. Straight up. Nice. Chris goes outdoors. Man, you weren't kidding. This slide is no joke. This is brutal, and I'm only on my way up. Never mind coming down. It's gonna be a blast. Can't really appreciate how steep this is on camera. And there's our first look at the Franconia Ridge. Bright and early. Look at that. I think that's Liberty, Mount Liberty up there. I believe. That might be the Flume. Not really sure. I think so. It's just a weird perspective from here. I've always been up there or along that ridge. Beautiful morning. Yeah. All right. Yeah, one slip here and you're going for a ride. give you a little panorama. There's no views at the top apparently, so I figured I'd show you this. You can still hear the stream way down there. Nice breeze up here. It's nice. Sorry if this is shaky, folks. It's hard to do with this camera anyway. That's the whole Franconia Ridge over there. And I believe that furthest right to the left of that single pine tree in the foreground is Garfield. And I believe that's Lafayette. Here, let me stand up. Yeah, Garfield's way over there. I think that's Lafayette. That's either Liberty or Haystack. I always get those two confused. That too, it's either Liberty or Haystack, I can't remember. And I think that's the flume up there. Yeah, it's Garfield. I camped. The river runs this way, or the stream I camped near. And the summit, I'm going to be getting into the trees in a minute, right up in here. And the summit, I believe, is up over there. Alrighty then. That's a big ass toad, man. Well, I think I'm almost at the summit. Not positive. Look at this guy, he's going right up the trail. Hey buddy, you summiting? You gonna try to make the summit? Nice. You're doing better than me. Okay, here we are. Summit of Owlhead. I was told there's no views up here, and they're right. Beautiful bluebird sunny day. I'm assuming this is a summit. And I was also told that the summit cairn, somebody had knocked it over. Maybe to make that fire pit, I'm not sure. Which is awful. But anyway. Looks like there's almost a view out that way, but not really. Out towards the Franconia Ridge. Some blowdowns. A lot of blowdowns. Big one right there. There is a little small little trail going that way. I went down there, but it doesn't really lead anywhere. Looks like a couple tent spots out there, maybe, that you could do. Alright, so I'm going to eat something. I'm starving. All I did was have coffee this morning. And I need some food. I'm bonking. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit right there. Right there. I'm going to sit on that and make some food. So one more thing. I made it up here without really pushing too hard. In an hour and 40 minutes? 45 minutes? An hour and 45 minutes. But, you know, out of all the 4,000 footers I've done up here in the whites, I'm trying to knock off the 4,000 footers. I think I've got 7 more after this, and even though this was, the map says it's only 1.1 miles from the base to the summit, but man, it feels longer than that. I think it's, for me personally, maybe it's because I'm really out of shape right now, at least 10 pounds I got to get off me. Yeah, I think this was the toughest climb up here for me so far, as far as just difficulty. It's gonna be fun going down. My goodness, I'm just taking it real slow. And yeah, so gotta get in shape. I've been really liking this combination too for canoe camping and backpacking. For lunches, just some flour tortillas and these tuna packets. These tuna creations, I like this one, the hickory smoked tuna. It's just really good. Okay, I've been up here about 40 minutes, rested up, ate some food. Gonna do the descend now. Everybody I met yesterday coming down said that the descent was a lot harder, and it usually is, I find, in most cases. Especially when it's scree and pretty steep. You just gotta watch you don't slip. But anyway, they say it should take a couple hours to get down, so we'll see. Alright, I'll see you at the bottom, hopefully. Alrighty. Finally back down. It only took me an hour and 5 minutes. But man, that slide is treacherous. Well, maybe not treacherous, but man, you know, you slip there, you're gonna be in some trouble. So anyway, I'm gonna go down, see if my tent's still there, and then I'm gonna soak in that ice cold stream for a little while, pack up, and probably hike out of here. I really dread the hike out of here. It's kind of flat, like I was saying yesterday, and uneventful. All right, everything looks good. Awesome. Here we go. Packed up, ready to go. Leave no trace. Other than some packed down leaves. Can't tell I was here really at all. Alright. So I'm gonna hike the 3, 4, like 6 miles I think to get out. It's pretty uneventful, so I may not do a lot of video. It's kind of boring and flat, but nonetheless, see you back at the trailhead. So I'm walking out, and it's hot as hell. So anyway, as I was coming down Owl's Head, the slide part, I passed a woman, a single lady, going up. She seemed to be struggling a little bit, and we chit-chatted for just a minute. Well, she just passed me. She summited Owl's Head, and she just blew by me like I was standing still. And she's older than me. I'm guessing early 60s. But yeah, that's quite humbling. Quite humbling indeed. Okay, almost back to the trailhead. I left at 11 and it's 2:45. So yeah, haven't stopped. Can't wait for this hike to be over. If nothing else, it's a good leg workout. So thanks for coming along. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Peace.